Nothing I see means anything. The reason that this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, that I may learn to see. What I think I see now is taking the what I think I see now is taking the place of vision. I must let it go by realizing it has no meaning so that vision may take its place. Nothing I see means anything. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this I see. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments because I want to see. My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me.
Can you do another one, please?
I do not understand anything I see. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it. But there is every reason to let it go and make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I made before? I do not understand anything I see.
Thank you. Hey, Doug, would you do a few? Thank you.
These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I am trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I'm not aware of them because I've made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts that I think with God. These thoughts do not mean anything. I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm never upset for the reason I think, because I'm constantly trying to justify my thoughts. I am constantly trying to make them true. I make all things my enemies so that my anger is justified and my attacks are warranted. I have not realized how much I misused everything I see by assigning this role to it. I've done this to defend a thought system that has hurt and that I no longer want. I'm willing to let it go. I'm never upset for the reasons I think. I am upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. When I'm upset, it's always because I've replaced reality with illusions I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I've given them reality and thus regard reality as an illusion. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I'm going to read that sentence again. Nothing God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I'm always upset by nothing. I'm upset because I see what is not there.
Thank you. I'll read a couple, Lori, and then I'm gonna let you read a couple. Okay, I'll read just a couple. Okay. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. There will be no past and therefore no enemies. And I will look with love on all that I failed to see before. I see only the past. And my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. I'm going to read that again. Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Let me understand that I am trying to use time against God. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I am giving up nothing. No. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Lori, would you like to read a few?
Do I just pick a lesson and read?
We're going in order.
Okay.
So we're in lesson 52. We're on
Okay.
the fourth one, which is lesson number 9. So if you're in FIP, it's page 85.
In the workbook.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're on number 4.
Yes. Thank you.
I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. The choice is merely whether to see or not. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. Now I would choose again that I may see. My thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts. Yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. What can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts?
Mm. Do another one, please. Would you do another?
You want me to do another?
I would.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Lesson 53. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Since the thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, the world that pictures them can have no meaning.
Mm.
What is producing this is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane thoughts. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Insane thoughts are upsetting. They produce a world in which there is no order anywhere. Only chaos rules a world that represents chaotic thinking, and chaos has no laws. It cannot live in peace in such a world. I cannot live in peace in such a world. I am grateful that this world is not real and that I need not see it at all unless I choose to value it. And I do not choose to value what is totally insane and has no meaning.
Thank you, Lori. Mm. Mm. Anna, would you read?
A meaningless world engenders fear. The totally insane engenders fear because it is completely undependable and offers no grounds for trust. Nothing in madness is dependable. Nothing in madness is dependable. It holds out no safety and no hope. But such a world is not real. I have given it the illusion of reality and have suffered from my belief in it. Now I choose to withdraw this belief and place my trust in reality. In choosing this, I will escape all the effects of the world of fear because I am acknowledging that it does not exist. A meaningless world engenders fear. God did not create a meaningless world. How can a meaningless world exist if God did not create it? He is the source of all meaning, and everything that is real is in his mind. It is in my mind too, because he created it with me. Why should I continue to suffer from the effects of my own insane thoughts when the perfection of creation is my home? Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide. God did not create a meaningless world. Whatever I see reflects my thoughts. It is my thoughts that tell me where I am and what I am. The fact that I see a world in which there is suffering and loss and death shows me that I am seeing only the representation of my insane thoughts and am not allowing my real thoughts to cast their beneficent light on what I see. Yet God's way is sure. Yet God's way is sure. The images I have made cannot prevail against him, because it is not my will they do so. My will is his, and I will place no other gods before him. My thoughts are images I have made.
Oh, keep going.
I have no neutral thoughts. Neutral thoughts are impossible because all thoughts have power. They will either make a false world or lead me to the real one. But thoughts cannot be without effects. As the world I see arises from my thinking errors, so will the real world rise before my eyes as I let my errors be corrected. My thoughts cannot be neither true nor false. My thoughts cannot be neither. What I see shows me which they are. I have no neutral thoughts.
You should just read that next one because
I see no neutral things. What I see witnesses to what I think. If I did not think, I would not exist, because life is thought. Let me look on the world I see as the representation of my own state of mind. I know that my state of mind can change, and so I also know the world I see can change as well. I see no neutral things.
Thank you. You were trying to not be heard too. Oh, Doug. Mm.
I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. If I have no private thoughts, I cannot see a private world. Even the mad idea of separation had to be shared before it could form the basis of the world that I see. Yet that sharing was a sharing of nothing. I can also call upon my real thoughts, which share everything with everybody. As my thoughts of separation call to the separation thoughts of others, so my real thoughts awaken the real thoughts in them. And the world my real thoughts show me will dawn on their sight as well as mine. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am alone in nothing. I have to say that again. I am alone in nothing. Everything I think or say or do teaches all the universe. A son of God cannot think or speak or act in vain. He cannot be alone in anything. It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine. For mine is the power of God. I am not in experiencing the effects.
Oh, oh, keep going.
I think these are.
Wait a minute, you better read that last sentence again for me, though. You need that. Read it.
I think these are getting in.
Read that last sentence again for me. Oh, oh.
It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine. For mine is the power of God. I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am determined to see. Recognizing the shared nature of my thoughts, I am determined to see. I would look upon the witnesses that show me the thinking of the world has been changed. I would behold the proof that what has been done through me has enabled love to replace fear, laughter to replace tears, and abundance to replace loss. I would look upon the real world and let it teach me that my will and the will of God are one. I'm determined to see.
Do another one. Oh.
I'm determined to see things differently. What I see now are signs of disease and disaster and death. This cannot be what God created for his beloved Son. The very fact that I see such things is proof that I do not understand God. Therefore, I also do not understand his Son. What I see tells me that I do not know who I am. I'm determined to see the witnesses. I am determined to see the witnesses to the truth. I am determined to see the witnesses to the truth in me, rather than those which show me an illusion of myself. I am determined to see things differently. What I see is a form of vengeance. The world that I see is hardly the representation of loving thoughts. It's a picture of attack on everything, by everything. It is anything but a reflection of the love of God and the love of his Son. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. My loving thoughts will save me from this perception of the world and give me the peace that God intended me to have. What I see is a form of vengeance.
Don't stop. I want you to read one more. I want to hear this first line from you.
I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. As forgiveness allows love to return to my awareness, I will see a world of peace and safety and joy. And it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. Let me read that again, please.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's it. That's it.
I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation, and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. As forgiveness allows love to return to my awareness, I will see a world of peace, of safety, of joy. And it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts.
Thank you. Oh. Oh. Lori, would you like to read a few?
I do not perceive my own best interests.
Yeah.
That's true. How could I recognize my own best interests when I do not know who I am? What I think are my best interests would merely bind me closer to the world of illusions. I am willing to follow the guide God has given me to find out what my own best interests are, recognizing that I cannot perceive them by myself. I do not perceive my own best interests. I do not know what anything is for. To me, the purpose of everything is to prove that my illusions about myself are real. It is for this purpose that I attempt to use everyone and everything. It is for this that I believe the world is for. Therefore, I do not recognize its real purpose. The purpose I have given the world has led to a frightening picture of it. Let me open my mind to the world's real purpose by withdrawing the one I have given it and learning the truth about it. I do not know what anything is for.
We'll take a breath before you read this one. Let's take a big breath. Yeah.
My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. How can I know who I am when I see myself as under constant attack? Pain, illness, loss, age, and death seem to threaten me. All my hopes and wishes and plans appear to be at the mercy of a world I cannot control. Yet perfect security and complete fulfillment are my inheritance.
Mm,
I have tried to give my inheritance away in
mm,
exchange for the world I see,
mm.
but God has kept my inheritance safe for me. My own real thoughts will teach me what it is.
Wow.
My attack thoughts are my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I see,
Thank you.
recognizing that what I see reflects what I think I am,
Mm,
I realize that vision is my greatest need. The world I see attests to the fearful nature of the self-image I have made. If I would remember who I am, it is essential that I let this image of myself go. As it is replaced by truth, vision will surely be given me.
mm.
And with this vision, I will look upon the world and on myself with charity and love. Above all else, I want to see.
Thank you. With your awesome light. Thank you. Mm, mm. Ooh. Mm. Anna. Oh, wow.
Above all else, I want to see different. The world I see holds my fearful self-image in place and guarantees its continuance. While I see the world as I see it now, truth cannot enter my awareness. While I see the world as I see it now, truth cannot enter my awareness. I would let the door behind this world be open to me, that I may look past it to the world that reflects the love of God. Above all else, I want to see different. God is in everything I see. Behind every image I have made, the truth remains unchanged. Behind every veil I have drawn across the face of love, its light remains undimmed. Beyond all my insane wishes is my will united with the will of my Father. Beyond all my insane wishes is my will united with the will of my Father. God is still everywhere and in everything forever. And we who are part of him will yet look past all appearances and recognize the truth beyond them all. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. In my own mind, behind all my insane thoughts of separation and attack, is the knowledge that all is one forever. I have not lost the knowledge of who I am because I have forgotten it. It has been kept for me in the mind of God, who has not left his thoughts. It has been kept for me in the mind of God, who has not left his thoughts. And I, who am among them, and one with them, and one with him. God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind. I am not the victim of the world I see. How can I be the victim of a world that's completely undone if I so choose? My chains are loosened. I can drop them off merely by desiring to do so. The prison door is open. I can leave simply by walking out.
Yes.
Nothing holds me in this world. Only my wish to stay keeps me a prisoner. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. I am not a victim of the
I'll read a couple. Thanks. I have invented the world I see. I made up the prison in which I see myself. All I need do is recognize this, and I am free. I have deluded myself into believing it is possible to imprison the Son of God. I was bitterly mistaken in this belief, which I no longer want. The Son of God must be forever free. He is as God created him and not what I would make of him. He is where God would have him be and not where I thought to hold him prisoner. I have invented the world I see. There is another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the one I ascribed to it, there must be another way of looking at it. I see everything upside down, and my thoughts are the opposite of truth. I see the world as a prison for God's Son. It must be then that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. There's another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize that it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. I will understand that peace, not war, abides in it. And I will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with me. I could see peace instead of this. Mm. Mm. Oh, Doug, did you read? Oh, hey, brother.
You guys look like you're having fun.
Loads.
My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. As I share the peace of the world with my brothers, I begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within myself. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness and shines forgiveness back at me. In this light, I begin to see what my illusions about myself have kept hidden. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. My holiness envelops everything I see. From my holiness does the perception of the real come. Having forgiven, I no longer see myself as guilty. I can accept that this is the truth about me. Seen through understanding eyes. The holiness of the world is all I see. For I can picture only the thoughts I hold about myself. My holiness envelops everything that I see.
Hey, Laurie Scott from Marysville, wherever WA is. I don't know the places over there, but Wisconsin? No.
Washington State.
Washington. I should have guessed that first.
Should have WA.
The A was a giveaway.